Well, well, well. Cowboy fans, we're not moving on, but we're moving forward. Life is bigger than football, but football is also a part of life, especially as it applies to the Dallas Cowboys. And so now it's not that we are moving on, but we are moving forward. And the Cowboys have a playoff run to begin. And I have 10 things that I want to see from the Dallas Cowboys coming out of the bye week to begin this playoff run. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, please do. We have more great things coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. I have 10 things. You give me around 10 to 11 minutes, and I'm going to give you 10 things, 10 quick things that the Dallas Cowboys need to do coming out of the bye week to begin this playoff run that we all believe that they can make, or some of us believe they can make. These 10 things will improve the Dallas Cowboys team exponentially, and I believe it will help them make a playoff run. So without further ado, let's see what it do. Check this out.
Yes! Here we go!
1. Dedicate the remainder of the season to Marshawn Kneeland. Well, the Cowboys already did this. The Cowboys will wear, looks like his number on the helmets. They will have shirts before the Eagles home game, T-shirts it looks like. They have a foundation set up for Kneeland's unborn child. The Cowboys have dedicated the remainder of the season to Kneeland, and it looks like they're going to be using maybe his slogan or moniker of One Love. And I believe what Dak Prescott said is the thing that is really the most viable. Dak Prescott said the one way that we can truly show our dedication to Marshawn Kneeland is by doing it on the field and winning football games. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Channel that energy and don't let it be a downer, but let it be an upper and continue to carry on the legacy of Marshawn Kneeland.
Yes! Here we go!
Number 2, beat the Raiders. Beat the Las Vegas Raiders. The dedication must begin on the field. And if the Cowboys have any chance at making the playoffs, this is the game that they must begin it in. They got to get this. I'm not saying it's a gimme game, but I am saying it's a game that the Cowboys are absolutely capable of getting. Even though we have the number 31 defense, they have the number 31 offense. And so the Cowboys should actually be able to do something in this game. And the Cowboys cannot afford to lose 3 games in a row. Because if they do, it is going to be some problems in Dallas, but I don't think that's going to happen. The Cowboys are going to come out, and it's going to be an absolutely incredible game in Las Vegas on Monday night. And I do believe the Cowboys are going to beat the Raiders. Number 3, Matt Eberflus's defense must be improved. I mean, it must be improved. There is no doubt about it. The Cowboys went at the trade deadline. The Cowboys went and got none other than an elite defensive tackle in Quinnen Williams. They also went and got him a high IQ linebacker, as in Logan Wilson. Overshown will be back at the wheel linebacker, and Revel Jr. is coming to the Cowboys secondary finally. And I am telling you, I'm not going to try to overhype Savon Revel Jr., but I'm telling you, we are going to see what this young man is all about. And from everything we've been hearing about practice, this young man is going to be everything the Cowboys want him to be and more. So when you get those guys back, you get Kalen Carson back, you get Josh Butler back, you get Hooker back, you get Donovan Wilson back. And I'm not saying that is a whole lot as far as the safety position goes, but it does get you a lot healthier. And so we should start seeing this Matt Eberflus system. We're going to start seeing this Matt Eberflus system he's been wanting to run. We should start seeing that come alive. And so They are going to have to stop the run against the Raiders, of course, and going forward in this season because teams have been absolutely gashing the Cowboys in between the tackles ever since the Carolina Panthers game with Rico Dowdle telling the Cowboys to buckle up. They need to really show some huge improvements with what Jerry and the front office has done for him.
Yes! Here we go!
Number 4, Brian Schottenheimer, it is time for you to get back in that offensive room. The offensive woes started against Denver when we heard that Brian Schottenheimer has spent an extensive amount of time in the defensive room. Brian Schottenheimer, it's time to take the training wheels off. Matt Eberflus has Quentin Williams, he has Logan Wilson and others coming back, and this defense is getting healthy. It is time for Matt Eberflus to put up or shut up, and Brian Schottenheimer, it is time for you to get back in that offensive room. We were scoring 40 points a game at home, and we were barely able to get 20 points against the Arizona Cardinals. 13. We only got 10 points with the starting offense? Stop it. Brian, it's time to get back in that offensive room, get very creative in the play calling because your last 2 weeks have been absolutely duds. We need you to get more aggressive in that play calling room. We need you to get back to scoring points. Okay, so we're saying we're not going to score 40 points a game. But can you at least get back to 30 plus points a game? I mean, in the last 2 games, it's only been 13 and a half points by the starting offense. That falls on you, Brian. We got to get some creativity in there, some deep crosses, some goals, some outside runs, etc. And that leads us to number 5.
Yes! Here we go!
Protect Dak Prescott. Protect Dak Prescott. This is one of the reasons why the Cowboys have been suffering. They have lost the ability to protect Dak Prescott. And I do believe the Cowboys are going to have to admit some things after this season. The Cowboys may really have to start reconsidering their left and right tackle position because they are not playing at a level that the Cowboys truly need them to play at in order to win a championship. The Cowboys really need to be looking at Tyler Guyton. I think we're trying to force Guyton maybe to be something that he's not. And as it pertains to Steele and Thomas, I mean, Cowboys, we're going to have to stop this. I know we're trying to replace Steele with Thomas, but is Thomas that much better? No, I think we're going to have to eventually admit after this season that maybe we need to look at that again. But I digress. Let me come back to reality of what I want to see out of the bye week. Cowboys, we got to admit what they are. Maybe we need to put some help on each side, depending upon what we're doing. Line a tight end up on the right side or line a tight end up on the left side. We got to do some things differently to help out Tyler Guyton and Steele so we can protect Dak Prescott. We've had Hunter Lipke in the backfield. I think we need to keep that going. And then, of course, the one thing that can obviously help out Dak Prescott is you need to get back to being able, because you've been trying to run the ball, but teams have been stopping you. You got to get back to running the ball and being creative in the run game. And that leads us to number 6. Brian Schottenheimer. We know you like big backs. We know you like a power run game. But you said you're going to be multiple. Well, then be multiple in the run game. Javonte Williams' game is not the outside game. Jaden Blue's game is not the inside game. Use Javonte for the inside power game and use Jaden Blue as the changeup that when teams try to take away the middle or take away between the tackles, you can hit them with the outside game. You can hit him with the outside game, the screen game. Let him do some jet sweeps. Even put him in the pass game. He's done all those things well in college. Use Jaden Blue. You have got to be able to utilize speed because if you ask me, when you look at this Cowboys offense, the thing that they have been lacking is speed. Run the ball, Brian, stop getting cute. Run the ball in the red zone. And again, continue to use Blue as a part of your change-up run game.
Yes! Here we go!
I started talking about this long before I heard people with this whole discussion they're having. I was the one I heard saying, even though I don't really listen to people like I used to, I said this 2-3 weeks ago. The Cowboys need to feed George Pickens. The Dallas Cowboys held George Pickens back in the Denver Broncos game. When Surtain was in the game, they had no answer for George Pickens. I'm telling us, George Pickens is a different type of wide receiver with Dak Prescott. George Pickens is an unstoppable wide receiver with Dak Prescott right now. Ever since the CeeDee Lamb injury, George Pickens has been literally unstoppable. The only thing that is stopping him is the Cowboys are not feeding him. And we don't need to have a debate between who is better, George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb. They complement each other perfectly. George Pickens, I believe he's a big type wide receiver, big-bodied wide receiver, strong hands. I mean, you can hit him on all kinds of routes. He's a boundary. For me, I think he's a boundary receiver that can also get inside the hash marks. But when we talk about CeeDee Lamb, he can be in, he can be out. He's a yards after the catch monster. He's very sneaky. He's very sneaky fast, very slippery. CeeDee Lamb is still a top 3 receiver in this game, but I'm not going to trip because I think we're going to start having conversations about George Pickens being a top 3 wide receiver too, because George Pickens is absolutely balling right now. And it doesn't have to be a debate about who is better. Maybe the debate needs to be, and it doesn't even need to be a debate. Maybe we just need to say what is better. And what is better right now as CeeDee Lamb is continuing to get his legs back up under him from that high ankle sprain is the Cowboys need to feed George Pickens, because if you look at the tape, teams are totally afraid of him. Well, feed him. Feed him. And lessen the load even more on CeeDee Lamb, and then let CeeDee Lamb eat. Let them play off of each other. We don't care who's getting the most snaps. We don't want it to even be balanced. There may be some games you're just going to have to say, this is the George Pickens show. The Cowboys have got to feed George Pickens. And the stats are showing over the last few weeks that when Dak Prescott is targeting George Pickens primarily, his passer rating is way, way up. The Cowboys need to utilize him in more ways. We need to see George Pickens deep. We need to see some deep crosses, even some go routes, some jump balls. In Dallas, while I'm at it, I don't want to hear nothing about this doggone franchise tag y'all talking about with George Pickens. Let's get George Pickens signed ASAP, because it'll only strengthen the mentality of this team.
Yes! Here we go!
Number 8, Dallas. We need more Ryan Flournoy. Cowboys need more Ryan Flournoy at the 3rd wide receiver spot. Brian, sometimes you have to admit when you're wrong. I know you want to use Kevontae Turpin at the 3rd wide receiver spot. I know the Cowboys extended Kevontae Turpin to not only run kicks, but I'm sorry, I'm going to continue to say this while no one else is talking about it. Kevontae Turpin has not been good at the 3rd wide receiver spot. We have taken away from him what we should be using him for. I don't want to see Kevontae Turpin on shallow cross routes. I don't want to see him on out routes. I don't want to see him on short comeback routes. No. Kevontae Turpin is a speedster. You have to get him in space, figure out how to get him one-on-one, and you let him do the rest with his speed. But we're putting him in traffic. We're making him into a liability, because the reality is, what is he, 5'7", 5'8", 154, 157 pounds? Who is he going to block? Stop it. Kevontae Turpin has got to play less at the 3rd wide receiver spot. And let's use him for quality over quantity. Whenever we put him in, let's make sure that we're going to run him on some go routes, some deep crosses to run some safeties out of there and open up the offense. We need more Ryan Flournoy. Ryan Flournoy has earned his spot as the 3rd wide receiver spot, if you ask me. He has been absolutely electric, and it seems like every time Dak Prescott starts targeting him, it opens up the offense. Things start happening. I mean, I thought we were going to come back in the Arizona game after Dak Prescott hit Ryan Flournoy. I'm telling us, Ryan Flournoy is absolutely exciting. He opens up the offense. He's a better mismatch, not because of speed, but because of his hands, his strength, his power, and his size. Ryan Flournoy needs to be more at the 3rd wide receiver spot. He has been clutch at various times during the season when the Cowboys have given him his opportunity. The Cowboys need to continue to give Ryan Flournoy more snaps at the 3rd wide receiver spot.
Yes! Here we go!
Number 9, Cowboys. I know we're getting some defensive backs back. Cowboys, I still think you should sign Stephon Gilmore. I think Gilmore would help stabilize and solidify the cornerback room because of his experience, because of his football IQ. Stephon Gilmore would really stabilize this defensive back room. You could definitely put him in if somebody is struggling. Put him in. Give him a certain snap count. Gilmore will help this team, I'm telling us. He's still available out there. Why not? And I'm sure Gilmore can play the zone the way that you want it to be played, and he could probably help you out there on the field with the communication. Cowboys, please consider signing Stephon Gilmore coming out of this bye week.
Yes! Here we go!
And finally, number 10, Cowboys, kick the tires on Quandre Diggs. And the reason why I'm saying kick the tires on Quandre Diggs, you need some more safety depth. Wanye Thomas is having some issues with migraines. I don't really know what's going on with Marquise Bell. But you know what? Even though Wilson and Hooker are coming back, I don't know why I don't really know who's excited about this, because Wilson and Hooker have not looked good all season. And as a matter of fact, we were complaining about them last season somewhat. You know what? Donovan Wilson is good in the box, but if that's the case, then he's a linebacker. I don't need a safety who's good at linebacker. I need a safety who's good at safety. I need a safety who can play in the box. I need a safety who can play out there in coverage. I need a safety who don't let people get behind him, who don't let wide receivers just run wide open up the seam. We need safeties who can cover. And I'm sorry, Wilson and Hooker, if we're honest with ourselves, they just haven't been that good. And it's a position the Cowboys are probably going to have to address in the draft. A lot of people are already talking about the kid from Ohio State. I mean, the Cowboys really need to address safety. But for this season right now, Cowboys, let's see what it looks like against the Raiders. But I'll tell you this, after the Raiders, Cowboys, it might be time to admit Wilson and Hooker are not it. They're just not it. Bring in Quandre Diggs. Kick the tires on Quandre Diggs. Quandre Diggs, savvy veteran. I'm not telling us he's the best safety in the world, but I believe he could step in and be the best safety on this team. No doubt about it in my mind. I believe that Quandre Diggs would also help stabilize the Cowboys safety room. But again, y'all tell me what you think. Those are the 10 things I believe the Cowboys need to do coming out of the bye week that will help them on this playoff run. Y'all tell me if you agree or disagree, or give me some additional things and I'll cover those too in some of our lives coming up over the next few weeks. Again, y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, TC4L, God bless. Prayers for the Nealon family. Let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.